Meeting just so that we can stay on schedule. We're running 9 minutes behind right now. Just to respect everyone's time, if everyone could quiet down so we could get this thing started. Adriana, are we ready? Okay, we ready? Okay. Today is February 18th, 2026, and it is 6:09 p.m. This is an 8-member board appointed by the City of South Fulton's Mayor and City Council to hold public hearings, to make recommendations on rezoning, use permits, concurrent variance applications, comprehensive land use plans, maps, and amendments to the zoning resolution. The applicants and proponents of each case will be allowed a total of 10 minutes to present their case. Since the burden of proof is upon the applicants to convince the board that the application should be approved, they may choose to reserve some of that time for rebuttal. Following the proponent's presentation, any individuals in opposition will have a total of 10 minutes to present their position. If people will speak in opposition, you should organize yourselves as to allow everyone to speak in the 10-minute time frame. Opposition is not a permitted rebuttal time. If you wish to address the commission on a case, you must fill out a comment card and indicate whether you are a proponent or an opponent of a case. If you are not sure whether you are a proponent or an opponent, you must fill out an opponent comment card. The commission will take 2 votes tonight on each application. The first vote is on the findings of fact as presented by staff. The second vote is for approval, denial, or deferral of the application. It is the second vote that determines the board's recommendation to the City Council. These same matters will be heard by the City Council at the, what would be the February 24th? Oh, March 10th, thanks. At the March 10th City Council meeting, and then it will be voted on at the next City Council meeting. So please refrain from any verbal outbursts during the public hearing, and please only address the commission during the designated public comment time. We will proceed with the agenda. Staff, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Smith-Vickers.
Present.
Commissioner Perry.
Present.
Commissioner Reverend Jones. Commissioner Jefferson.
Present.
Commissioner Williams.
Present.
Commissioner Levitt.
Present.
Commissioner Price.
Present.
Commissioner Dunn.
Present.
We have the quorum.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, you've had a chance to review tonight's agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett.
Aye.
Commissioner Price.
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, now we're going to move on to the minutes from the last Planning Commission meeting. Do you have any edits or corrections to the minutes? And I'll go ahead and start. I do have one edit. The at-large position, Brianna McGinn, she actually had already resigned from the role, so she should not even be listed here as a member present because she was already off of the commission before this meeting. Are there any other corrections to the minutes, commissioners? Okay, hearing none. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes.
I second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Price.
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to move on to our election of 2026 chairperson and vice chairperson. And I will now open the floor for nominations of the 2026 chairperson.
I make a nomination to elect Ms. Vickers to keep that post.
I second.
Adriana, can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry.
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt.
Aye.
Commissioner Price.
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
Thank you so much. Now we'll move on to the vice chair. Oh, okay. Now we'll move on to the election of vice chair. Do we have a nomination on the floor?
I nominate Stacey Williams for vice chair.
Second.
Okay. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry,
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett,
Aye.
Commissioner Price,
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much, Commissioners, for that. And we will now move on to our first case of the night, which is going to be U26-01001. Staff, can you please sound the staff report?
Can you hear me? Good evening, South Fulton Planning Commissioners. First, I would like to congratulate District 4 Tron Jefferson on his reappointment to the board, and also to our new members, Ms. Leverett and Mr. Dunn, to the board as well. Welcome. So the first case we have is U26-001. The address is 0 Cochran Road. The applicant is requesting a special use permit to allow for a telecommunication support tower. Again, that address is 0 Cochran Road. The nearest cross street is West Stubbs Road, and the zoning is the AG1, which is our agricultural district. This sits on 6.70 acres of land. This is also in City Council District 4. Staff is recommending approval with one condition, that the Clifton Day Overlay District requirements must be followed. The stealth design is required for all cell towers. The height of the cell tower shall not exceed 199 feet, and wireless communication facilities shall be dismantled and removed from the site within 90 days of the date of its use for the wireless communication is discontinued. So basically, if it's no longer operating, all equipment must be removed within 90 days. And again, staffers recommend approval.
Thank you so much, Matthew. We'll go ahead and move into the public hearing for this case. Is the applicant present? How you doing tonight, sir? Good. Can you please state your name and address for the record?
Yes, my name is Patton Hahn, 1901 6th Avenue North, Birmingham, Alabama. Congratulations, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, on your elections. This is a very simple project. We're proposing a 199-foot tower along Cochran Road near the Chattahoochee River. The purpose of the tower is to improve cellular coverage in that area. Specifically, T-Mobile's coverage will be the anchor tenant on this facility, but it will have space for both Verizon and AT&T to co-locate their equipment on there. Included in staff reports maps are what you call propagation studies. Those are the colored maps in the report that show what the coverage will be both before and after this tower is built. It also shows to the west and to the north the existing towers where T-Mobile is already located on them. So this is really the only possibility. Building a new tower is the only way to improve coverage. As staff mentioned, we meet all the requirements of your ordinance. We worked very hard with your planning staff to do that, and we'd ask that you recommend approval. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and if there aren't any, I'll reserve the balance of my time to address any questions that the public may raise.
Thank you so much. You can take a seat for now. Staff, are there any cards?
That was all.
Okay, nice. Since there are no cards at this time, we can go ahead and close the public hearing. Commissioners, do you have any questions for the applicant? No? Okay. Vice Chair Williams, I recognize you.
For those that may be unfamiliar with these particular towers,
Yes, ma'am.
can you give a visual description?
I actually have a picture of one.
Okay.
Your ordinance requires that these be built with stealthing, and what we've proposed here is, can I approach Madam Vice Chair? This is not. That is not an exact of what this tower will look like, but the top of the tower is designed to look like a tree. This area is very heavily wooded, so that at least certainly during the growing season for 9 to 10 months of the year, hopefully it'll look like kind of the top of the canopy, just a little taller probably. This generally monopole towers, those are the common ones you see that are just look like a telephone pole. Those are generally considered in the industry to be the least intrusive. This is just a monopole tower with a kind of tree aperture on the top of it.
And when we look at the base, because really my questions are focused on the surrounding neighborhoods.
Sure.
right? When we look at the base.
If you look in the staff report, there's a picture, a photo on this page of your staff report. And the staff report's not numbered, or I'd direct you to your page. Staff, could y'all bring up this picture?
Unfortunately, we can't, it's not a part of the PowerPoint unless the chair would like us to.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, Vice Williams, how we're trying to do that on this particular project is, number one, we're removing this is already in the very middle of a very heavily wooded parcel, and we're trying to remove as little vegetation as possible. Also, your ordinance requires us to consult with your, I don't want to say it's your arborist or your tree department, to consult with them on how we do that. So the main purpose, the main way of shielding the bottom of this tower from the public will be maintaining that heavily wooded vegetative state of that parcel. And candidly, that's better than anything we could propose to do. We are also proposing, we're complying with whatever your fencing requirements are, but maintaining that heavy wooded nature of this parcel is definitely the best thing we can do to shield it from public view.
Commissioner Price, I recognize you.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So these are the regular, like, 5G towers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And these wouldn't have any health hazards to residents or?
No, ma'am. This tower is a long way away, is over 1,000 feet, I think, from any of the nearest residences. Second, as a condition of putting its equipment on there, T-Mobile has to comply with the FCC safety requirements, and they are well below the top level, the bottom level of those standards. It's a condition of T-Mobile's ability to broadcast from that they be well below the FCC's standards.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioners, are there any other questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you, sir. You can take a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the vote now for U26-001. We're going to go ahead and take our first vote, which is going to be on the findings of fact. Is there a motion?
Yeah, make a motion to condition approve based on staff recommendations.
Second.
Hold on, guys. This is just finding of fact, so we're just approving. So hold that motion. We just need to go ahead and take the first vote, which is going to be on findings of fact as presented by staff.
Sure.
Make a motion to approve staff's findings of facts.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. And our next vote is going to be to approve, deny, defer the case. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve conditional based on staff recommendation.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. So this case, U26-001, will be heard at the March 10th Mayor and Council meeting, which is where the final vote will be. Thank you. So we will move on to, thank you, sir. We will move on to case U26-002. Staff, can you please sound the report?
Absolutely. So case U26-002, the address is 7600 Hall Road. The applicant is seeking a special use permit to operate an outdoor animal kennel. The zoning is AG1, which is our agricultural district. Again, it's located at 7600 Hall Road. This is in City Council District 4. The property sits on 19.21 acres. Staff is recommending approval conditional. Those conditions are that the special use permit is not transferable, that the permittee is required to maintain a valid South Fulton business license to operate a special use as an outdoor kennel. They must adhere to section 18.4-4001, and this is the precautions to be taken by the owner's portion of the Code of Ordinances, and they also must adhere to section 18.1008, which is our wildlife or exotic animals portion of the Code of Ordinances. Again, staff is recommending approval with those conditions.
Thank you, Matthew. I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing for this case. Is the applicant present? Okay, come on to the podium. Good evening. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Miles Vogel.
Can you turn the mic on, sir?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Miles Vogel, and my address is 600 West Peachtree, Atlanta, Georgia 30308. Madam Chair, Commissioners, like my predecessor, this is a pretty simple case, simple application. The applicant is requesting a special use permit for outdoor kennels at the property for housing animals. The applicant is a company that works with animal actors that promotes animal acting within the, oh, I forgot I had this presentation. The applicant, Atlanta Film Animals, works with animal actors throughout the Atlanta film industry, and this is where these animals live and work, and so there are outdoor kennels on the property, and so pursuant to city ordinances, we're pursuing the special use permit. The property that it sits on is with a parcel within several other parcels that are owned by the same landowner, and so while this parcel where the outdoor kennels are is around 20 acres, there's another surrounding parcel owned by the same landowner that's another 40. And so we do not expect this to interfere, interrupt this area. Oh, thank you. Yeah, as you can see, this is a wide open space. This is an area that is it's wooded and forested, and there's not really any other surrounding neighbors or anything going on around the property. As you can see, it's wide and vast open. It's where these animals go. It's where they train. It's where they work, per se. It's where they learn how to act. And so there are lots of different animals on the property. There's dogs, there's monkeys, there's skunks, there's a couple barn cats. And so all of these animals kind of work together, and they're going in lots of different movies. I actually, in fact, met the new Bush Beans dog the other day. So these animals are working hard. They're trying to continue to bring film and film jobs to Atlanta and Georgia. And so this is what a kennel looks like on the property. There's about 8 of these or so on the property. And like you said, they're kind of just out on their own. They're not up against any neighboring property or neighboring parcel. It's all within one person's property. And so that's what those look like. And so, like we said, we held our public participation meeting a couple weeks ago. And so one of the things that we focused on making sure we communicated was that, the client or the Atlanta Film Animals is very up to date on not only Georgia and federal, but local compliance with safety for the animals and keeping everything. There's protocol if something were to happen. And so, yeah, we hope for, for approval on this. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much. You can take a seat for now.
Thank you.
Are there any cards?
There is one card in opposition.
Okay. You can go ahead and call them up. Hi, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Bobby Adrian. My address is 3710 Suline Drive, College Park, Georgia 30349. And my question is, what kind of animals and how many?
Thank you so much. Are there are no other cards, right?
There's no other cards in opposition.
Okay, thank you so much. At this time, you said there's no cards for? Okay, cool. Thank you. So at this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing for this case. I don't need him to answer because we can have them put the PowerPoint back up that had the animals. Yep.
The applicant does have rebuttal time.
Okay. I forgot about that. Thank you. We'll open the public hearing back up. Sorry about that, sir. Yes, come on back up for your rebuttal time. My apologies.
Can I clarify? The question was just what animals are there and how many? Yeah. Okay. One sec. So we do have, there is a slide right here, but I've got another list. I just want to find it real quick. Okay. So there are on the properties, there are monkeys, there's skunks, there's seagulls, doves, dogs, a pig, a goat, a chicken, sheep, raccoons, barn cat, dogs, a cockatoo, a cat, and an owl. And so I think there's probably less than 30. I don't have an approximate number, but I'd be happy to reach back out once I knew. If you'd like a specific number, but I don't think there's any more than 30 animals on the property, and most of them are pretty small.
Thank you, sir. Did you want to say anything else, sir?
No,
Okay.
unless there's any other questions, then I'm happy to answer any more.
Okay, thank you so much. So at this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Commissioner Jefferson has a question. I recognize you.
Just a quick question. How many people are going to be on the property to man these animals at a given time?
One of the people who works on the property is here. Is it okay if she answers that question?
Sure, absolutely.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So currently, the owners actually live on property, so there's actually 24-hour surveillance. And then there are 3 full-time workers, and then on the property, and then us as trainers come in every day to also work the animals. Usually it's about 2 to 3 people, so it's always maintained with somebody on property.
Thank you.
Sure.
Did you have any other questions, Commissioner Jefferson? Okay. Commissioner Price, I recognize you.
I'm reading the public participation, the meeting that you all held. And one of the concerns is the protocol if the animals were to leave the property. So could you elaborate on what the protocol would be?
Sure. Well, every enclosure has a double entrance system, so there are also locks. So if an animal should escape, they all have something called a recall, which means they know their name. They're also microchipped as far as the dogs are microchipped. They do something we call operant conditioning, so they actually come to us for food. So if we have a treat or something or even a special bell, they recognize that sound or that smell, and they usually come right back to us.
All of the animals, they are trained the
Yes,
exact same
including
way?
the owl. Yes, they come right straight to a whistle. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, commissioners? Okay. Commissioner Levert. Is it Levert?
It's Leverett.
Leverett. Commissioner Leverett, I recognize you.
Hi. Alrighty, I'm sorry. If you said it really quickly, I wasn't clear. Did you say all of the animals were microchipped or just the dogs were microchipped?
The dogs, yes. And then the birds have bands on them, which is recognized by American Humane and other places that if they are lost, we can find that animal with the bird band on it, things like that, yeah.
And the monkeys?
And the monkeys, they are not microchipped. However, it is a double entry system, so they'd have to really figure out a way to get out of one enclosure and then another enclosure and then another enclosure.
And so this property is anticipated to hold up to how many animals?
That I can't say because most of them are retired, or if it's a dog, they actually go home with trainers because that's how we get them to work, is better with the love. But it's so huge. I mean, sometimes it would be nice to have the outdoor kennels for the animals to have more space. That's why, I mean, it's just space-wise. But it's the land is huge, so.
Right, so it's built to expand.
It is, yes. But that's not what we're really trying to do. We're just having more area for them to play.
Commissioners, are there any, give me 1 second, sir. Are there any other questions for the applicant? No? Okay. Okay. Commissioner Williams, I recognize you.
And you said this is a family-run business?
Not a family run, but I mean, the owners have been with the company for years. I mean, it's not like a brother-sister thing, but it's,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And the reason why I ask that is because I'd like to know, have they had another, I guess, animal home or, Atlanta film, basically a home for animals someplace else? Are they new to this? Do they have experience?
Atlanta Film and Animals, no, we are not new. We were a bi-coastal company, also in Los Angeles, which is where I'm from. So I worked for them since 2008, and then I relocated here because the business was booming even more so than LA. And we've actually shut down that area and moved straight to here. We also operate out of Florida, where some of our animals are in commercials and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Commissioners, are there any other questions for the applicant? Okay. Thank you so much. You all can take a seat.
Thank you all.
Okay. So at this time, we'll go ahead and, we already closed the public hearing, so it's time to vote. So first is going to be on the findings of fact as presented by staff. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve staff's findings of fact for case U 26-002.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry,
Aye.
Commissioner, excuse me, Commissioner Jefferson,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett,
Aye.
Commissioner Price, Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
Thank you
The
so
ayes
much.
have it.
Thank you. Next, we're going to take a vote on approving, denying, or deferring this application. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion to approve case U 26-002.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry,
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett,
Aye.
Commissioner Price,
Nay.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
Okay.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. So this case, U26-002, will be heard at the March 10th Mayor and Council meeting. We'll move on to our next case, which is Z26-002. Staff, can you please sound the staff report?
Yes, KZ 26-002. The address is 4700 Welcome Mall Road. The applicant is requesting a rezoning from AG1, which is our agricultural district, to CUP, which is our community unit plan district, to develop 35 single-family units on 15 acres of land. This is in City Council District 3. Staff is recommending a denial. That denial stems from the site plan doesn't speak to or is not compliant with the spirit of the CUP zoning district. As you can see in your staff report, the CUP zoning district is intended to hold 6 attributes, and we found that the site plan did not meet that requirement. Therefore, we are recommending a denial.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Is the applicant present? Okay. Are you the applicant, sir?
I'm not the applicant, I'm the engineer with the applicant.
Okay. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing. Go ahead, you can come on to the podium. Please say your name and address for the record.
Jared Norton, 6554 East Church Street. So we appreciate your time tonight. We're coming before you for rezoning to do 35 single-family homes. We've looked.
Can you speak into the mic? Thank you.
Sorry. We've looked through this. Basically, we've analyzed the adjacent properties and have constructed a site plan to provide at least a minimum of 5,000 square foot lots. Typically, they're going to be on the larger side of that, more like 7,500. We're trying to, we have had the opportunity to have larger lots than this with 75 at a max, but we've minimized it down to lower the impact to adjacent properties, infrastructure, everything else. We believe that this zoning and this layout provides a diverse and affordability within the city while preserving the surrounding and natural areas.
Are you done with your presentation? Oh, okay, thank you. You can take a seat. Okay, do we have any cards?
Yes, we do. We have Kip Benny, Veronica Lee, and Mark Burns.
Are these oppositions or?
They're all.
They're in favor? Oh, okay. Okay, can you please state your name and address for the record?
Kip Berry, 2266 Fairburn Road, Douglasville. I'm one of the partners that will help develop this property. And if you noticed the plat, I think one of the objections that we had some common area there that was not accessible. Okay, there's a creek there, and we could certainly work with, we could make that accessible through a footbridge, possibly, to get through there where they could enjoy that area. And we feel that we've been doing this quite a long time. I'm originally from Benchmark Homes, which we've developed a good bit of property down here. Right now, we've got Canaan Glen, which is off Wolf Creek. Okay, we've got, let's see, we've got several here. We've got Canaan Glen, Canaan Trace, Canaan Woods, which we've got over 250 homes, and we're still building over in Canaan Ridge. So we know what we're doing. We've been here a long time, about 20 years, so we know what we're doing. Any questions, please?
Okay, sir, you can take a seat. Thank you. How much time does he have left?
7 minutes and 27 seconds.
Thank you so much. Are there any other cards? Oh, thank you. Please come on up.
Good evening. My name is Veronica Lee, address 337 Clifton Terrace, Carrollton, Georgia, 30117. So just wanted to talk about our plat that we have presented. This property was taken under the rezone, I believe, in 2023 by different developers. They had a much higher density where they crossed the creek and had some homes planned for the back portion. So we decreased that density to 35 units to preserve the back area and not crossing the creek. We wanted to make that common area, and as Kip said, we can definitely look into some kind of bridge to make that more accessible to the homeowners of this community. I think Matthew mentioned that there needs to be 6 amenities defined, so we're definitely happy to work with everybody that we need to add in those amenities. We definitely want to make this a community people want to be a part of and enjoy living and using the green space that we are maintaining.
Thank you so much. You can take a seat. That was the final. Got another card? Okay, come on up.
Yes.
Please
Good
state
evening.
your
I'm
name.
Mark Burns. I'm at 3675 Crestwood Parkway in Duluth. I am one of the owners of the land at We Partner Group. We teamed up with Tributary about 6 months ago. We've been looking for an opportunity to develop this land for a number of years. We felt like reducing the scope, increasing the lot size, and at the same time keeping the cost within reason was very important to us. So the plan we have now for the 34 lots, we feel allows the homeowner to have some space, and at the same time we're able to keep the cost per lot within a cost that will be affordable to homeowners. We feel like this will also add a lot of value to the community. It'll be a new subdivision. You'll bring in new residents into the community, and we think that it's a good opportunity for this area.
Thank you so much. Is there any time left?
5 minutes and 6 seconds.
Thank you. Okay, and there are no other cards, right? Okay, great. So we can go ahead and close the public hearing at this time. Commissioners, are there any questions for the applicant? Commissioner Perry, I recognize you.
Got a question for, I don't know who's going to represent the applicant for questions. My first question is, it seems like the zoning is a little bit different from what you're designing. So the CUP is meant for large tracts of land, and we're only dealing with 15 acres. Why specifically are you choosing CUP than another residential zoning?
One of the adjacent properties does have CUP zoning, and I'd like to get Jared to touch on some more of the reasoning behind moving forward with the CUP. He's able to come up here.
So the property to the south is the CUP zoning as well. We were trying to adhere to the same standards as that one, and I know in the previous it was also brought as CUP. We were trying to mimic that, but also alter it to make it a better product in the end.
It seems that your plan lacks the amenities of the CUP, but it seems like you are amenable to making sure that it meets those requirements. Would it be advantageous for you to have a little bit more time to make those adjustments into the site plan so that it meets the concerns that staff had?
Yes, we definitely can.
That's all I have.
Okay. Thank you so much, Commissioner Perry. Vice Chair Williams, I recognize you.
Thank you. I would have to agree with my fellow commissioner, maybe because we need to see some elevations as well. What you're proposing, I don't see it, because there's nothing that gives us a scope of what your product is going to look like. I don't even know if there's 2-car garages, so maybe, yes, we should have a bit more time so that you all can deliver some elevation so that we can see what it is that you're proposing.
Okay, we can do that.
Any other questions, commissioners? Okay. I don't want to mess your name up. Leverett. Commissioner Leverett, I recognize you. I'm going to get it. I promise, Commissioner Leverett. I recognize you.
Matthew, can you step to the mic for me for a minute? They didn't meet all of the 6 conditions. Which ones are you saying they did not meet?
So just to clarify, they aren't conditions. It speaks to the intent of the CUP zoning district. So we feel that the first item, encourage the development of large tracts of land as planned communities. And then also number 5, number 6. Number 5 is provide a stable residential environment with compatible with surrounding uses. And then number 6 is protect the neighboring properties by requiring larger peripheral lots adjacent to larger lot developments.
All right,
and also the amenities as well.
Thank you. Do you want to speak to his points that those are not occurring?
Yes, we're happy to revise the plan and include more of those, the amenities and everything, and meet the needs that the city's recommending and requiring.
So prior to this evening, you were not aware of those comments?
They were not addressed in previous meetings that we had had. I know it's in, I guess, the requirements, and
Okay.
we can definitely look at that again.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, are there any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you so much. You can take a seat. So at this time, we will go ahead and take our first vote, which is going to be on the findings of fact as presented by staff. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve staff's findings of facts.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry,
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett,
Aye.
Commissioner Price,
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to our second vote, which is going to be to approve, deny, or defer KC 26-002.
I move to defer case number Z26-002 until the next planning commissioner meeting in March.
Okay.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you call the roll?
Commissioner Perry,
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Leverett,
Aye.
Commissioner Price,
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. So this case, D26-002, will be heard at the March 18th Planning Commission meeting. Thank you so much. Okay, so next up, we have 4 cases, which is going to be Z26-004, U26-003, CV26-001, CDP 26-001. It looks like they are requesting a withdrawal. Staff, can you go ahead and please sound that staff report?
Absolutely. Again, the applicant has 4 requests. The first is a rezoning from AG1 to C2 with a special use permit to operate a gas station and convenience store within a mixed-use retail development. The applicant was also seeking a concurrent variance to remove the 100-foot buffer, to reduce the front setback to 20 feet, to reduce the rear setback to 20 feet, and to reduce the 35-foot side zoning buffers to 0, along with a future land use amendment from Suburban 1 to Commercial Center. The applicant has opted to withdraw.
Thank you so much. And this withdrawal still will be heard at how we did it before. Will it still be heard? We still have to move it to the next.
Correct.
So not mayor and council still?
Right. So technically,
Okay.
you all can't withdraw it, so you have to
Right.
defer it, but then it will be heard at the March 10th mayor and city council meeting where they will do a vote to withdraw.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so commissioners, we've heard that the applicant is looking to withdraw the applications for the 4 applications that were heard that were sounded off by Matthew and myself. Can I get a motion to defer this withdrawal to the next PC meeting, technically? To the next planning commission meeting, even though it's going to be a withdrawal. So
Correct.
it'll be for the March 18th meeting.
So move.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry? Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. And let's see. Okay, thank you so much. So yep, so that will be heard at the March 10th council meeting where it will be voted on for a withdrawal by mayor and council. And we move on to Z26-005 / CDP 26-002. Staff, can you please sound that report?
Yes, the Z25-005, along with a comprehensive development plan amendment, so that's CDP 26-002. The address is 0 and 3665 Jonesboro Road. The applicant is requesting a rezoning from AG1, which is our agricultural district, to CUP, which is our community unit plan district, along with a future land use amendment from Suburban 2 to Suburban 1 to develop a single-family residential community with 41 detached homes on 13.83 acres of land. Staff is recommending a denial for the rezoning and a denial for the future land use amendment.
Thank you so much, Matthew. At this time, is the applicant present? Hi, how are you?
Hey, good evening.
Good.
I am here.
Can you go ahead and state your name and address for the record?
Absolutely. My name is Michelle McCauley. I work with Gaskins LaCroix.
Michelle.
We are located at, yes, hey, Giovanni. We're located at 3475 Corporate Way in Duluth, Georgia. I am here tonight on behalf of our applicant for a rezoning and comprehensive plan amendment for 3665 and 0 Jonesboro Road. Specifically, we are requesting rezone from AG1 agricultural to CUP, community unit plan. Concurrent with that request, we are asking to amend the future land use map or zone for this property from suburban neighborhood 2 to suburban neighborhood 1 for the development of 41 single-family detached homes. Here is an aerial image of the property. It is on the north side of Jonesboro Road. It is directly adjacent to the Jonesboro, to the senior village there on Jonesboro Road. And then on the east, you can see it's next to a Georgia Power transmission line. Here is your zoning map on the left-hand side. The property is currently zoned AG1. That's why it's shown in green. I'd like to note that to the north, this property adjoins Union City. So the property here that's shown in the beige, that is outside of the city limits of South Fulton. On the right is your future land use map. Currently, this property is designated as suburban 2 neighborhood. It's a residential district. It allows up to 8 units to the acre. Because we are seeking a CUP zoning district, we need to amend the comprehensive plan to go to suburban 1 neighborhood, which is also a residential district and allows up to 3 units to the acre. Our project is proposed at 2.96 units to the acre. This is a black and white rendering of the site plan that we submitted with the application. Here is a color rendering. It's a little easier for you to see, showing the 41 homes on the 13.83 acres. We had a community meeting that was held virtually, and then we went to the community zoning information meeting, and we received lots of comments at that meeting. And I'd like to address the changes that were made to the plan since that time. There was a request that the developer consider single-level living and adding ranch-style homes to the mix. So we show on this plan some ranch homes. That's not exactly where they'll be. Those are when the homeowner comes and wants to buy a lot, they will choose the home that they want, but they will be given the option of a ranch-style home. So that will be included within the community. There was also a comment about the amenity area that we were showing at the time, which was a gathering space. The community said they'd like to see something larger with some active use. So they are proposing a covered pavilion with tot lot, which I have a picture of, and I'll show you that. The community also asked for enhanced landscaping and buffering along Jonesboro Road. So we will be doing more landscaping than's required along Jonesboro Road, and there will be installing a shadow box fence, which I also have a picture of to show you. Here are some elevations of the homes. There will be a mix of 2-story homes, and I don't have a picture, unfortunately, of the 1-story home. But this is what the homes will generally look like. They'll have a mix of materials: brick, stone, hardy plank. We will have, as requested at the community, all the 2-story homes will have a 2-car garage. Right now, they're anticipating that with the ranch home, that will be a 1-car garage. The city requires 2 off-street parking spaces for every home, and we will comply with that. Here is a picture of a shadow box fence that'll be constructed along Jonesboro Road. Now, this is actually in the city of South Fulton. If you go to a community called Sherwood Manor, which is off of Jerome Road and Old National, this is the same home builder. This is D.R. Horton. They have just installed this fence, and that will be the same fence that they will use along Jonesboro Road. It's a very poor picture, I apologize, but the monument sign that's down in the bottom left, that's what this is going to look like. Now, that is another community that's in the city of Atlanta that's called the Towns at Monroe. So they will have that sort of monument sign with this fencing along Jonesboro Road, and then they will have more landscaping along Jonesboro Road that's currently shown in that picture because of the request for the community for enhanced landscaping. This is a picture of what now the amenity will look like. It's going to have a covered pavilion and a tot lot for the residents. This will be next to the mail kiosk that's required. in the community. This is in another South Fulton community. And as I said, we had our community meeting and we attended the CZIM and then the meeting tonight, and then we are asking for your recommendation of approval for the mayor and council. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, and I'll reserve any time that I may have left over.
Thank you so much, Michelle. You can take a seat. How much time does she have left over?
4 minutes and 53 seconds.
Thank you. Okay. Are there any cards?
We have one card against.
Okay. Can you please come up or call that person up?
Michael Venable.
Okay.
It's Michael Venable, 5720 Montilli Circle. Let's start with the land use plan. I'm going to give staff kudos for finally denying changing the land use plan in the midst of when we're trying to get a plan together. There is no justification really to change this, and I'll explore that more. Let me direct your attention to the floor in front of you. You will see the tiles. Let's just assume that each tile is a 1/4 acre. So 4 of those would be an acre. If I placed one house in each tile, I've got 4 units per acre. But let me change your way of thinking. I can place 4 houses in one of those squares, and it's still 4 units per acre. Now, you talked about CUP. Let me talk you the other part of CUP. If you will look at your graphics in there, you will see that all the land, forest or woods, it's wetlands. You cannot build on that. Suburban 1 allows you to be a CUP. Suburban 2 does not. So let's get straight. We are really not at 2.9 units per acre. If you eliminate all the wetlands, you don't have that number. Now, we're being shortchanged, and I'm going to speak to you from a city level. Those of you on the northern side, I said the other side of the city of South Fulton, you have these Suburban 1 neighborhoods. Think about the ones you've seen. You've got some substantial housing. You have a lot of amenities. You have something complementary of solid middle class. Now, when you looked at the renderings for this one, they look nothing like the other subdivision 1 communities that you see on the other side of town. Now, as bad as I need to balance and normalize the demographics on this side of the city, we're being shortchanged. If I'm going to have a Suburban 1 community, it needs to look like all the other Suburban 1 communities. Secondly, it's improper. This is spot zoning, really bordering it. There's nothing around there with a Suburban 1 designation. We're trying to take one area and put that together to make something fit that really does not fit. You talked about it earlier, about the garages. There should be no homes over here with less than 2-car garages. It's like we're trying to make things cheap before we make them good. And that is killing us. Now, the people on the other side, they don't see this, but we're devastated with it. on the south side of this city. What I'm telling you, staff is correct. This is just not appropriate. It's misleading to think that you have something that really is comparable to other suburban one communities, and they're not. You can look at the renderings and see the houses themselves. Ordinance should say or does say all homes need to have two-car garages. Let's not dig ourselves into a hole here to where we're going to have somebody come to this side of town, which they already do, and think that this is not an upcoming area like everyone else is. Let's not kill ourselves. Interpretation and visuals mean a whole lot. We need to be fair. No one would accept that on the north side of the city of South Fulton. We should not be accepting it on the south side of this community. I'm sorry, this is not an appropriate development for this location. You are directly on a highway. If you see the other places that are on heavily traveled, noisy places, there's sound barriers across the front. Staff brought it out about ingress and egress. That's going to be a problem. You know, this is just not going to be good from a socioeconomic development level, from a safety level, and from a comprehensive plan level. If we're going to have something put together, then we need to stick by it. So I would urge you to support staff recommendation and deny this application. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any other cards?
Those are the cards.
Okay, thank you so much. And it looks like you have 4 minutes and 53 seconds of rebuttal time.
Thank you so much. I'd like to address just a couple of comments. There was a staff comment about concern about access and egress from the property. I do want to let you know that we will reach out to Georgia DOT. This is a state highway. We will require to you a driveway permit, which is separate from all the permitting that happens within the city of South Fulton, and they will make sure that we provide for a safe ingress and egress of the property. As to the use and the comprehensive plan amendment, so currently this property is zoned in suburban 2 neighborhood, which is the land use plan, which is a residential district, which is what we're proposing, and it allows up to 8 units to the acre. So we are consistent with the current land use density on the piece of property. What is different in this case, and I can't speak to why CUP, which is a zoning district, is not allowed in the suburban 2, but is allowed in the suburban 1. But in order to meet, which we feel like we meet the standards of the CUP, which allows for flexible design, that we need to go to CUP for this particular zoning, that because it is not listed as a consistent zoning district for suburban 2, that is why we're requesting the suburban 1 neighborhood. I do believe that staff, when anytime someone makes a recommendation or asks for an amendment to the land use plan, they're going to recommend denial because that is the policy of the city council to show this piece of property as suburban 2. We feel that what we're asking for is consistent with the surrounding use. There are other residential neighborhoods that also access on this particular roadway and have safe egress and access. And what we're asking for is a similar residential community that will be attractive. These homeowners will have amenity, they will have open space. These homes will be marketed in the mid to 300s to the high 300s. They will be 3 and 4 bedroom homes with 2.5 bathrooms. We feel like these people will have a safe community. There's a second point of access as required by the fire code because of the number of units. And so we feel like this is a well thought out presentation. We'd ask for your recommendation of approval. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So at this time, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Commissioners, you've heard the applicant and you've also heard staff's report. Are there any questions for the applicant at this time? Commissioner Williams, I recognize you.
Thank you. garages?
Yes, ma'am. So originally when the community meeting came up, so the city of South Fulton requires 2 off-street parking spaces. There's not a garage requirement currently in South Fulton, but all of the homes at that point, we're going to have a 2-car garage. But with the addition of a ranch-style home and what they have for the house to make the house work on the lot, they're currently showing a 1-car garage for the ranch-style homes. Yes, ma'am. So there will be, with a ranch-style home, then there would be 3 off-street parking spaces, 1 in the driveway, 2 in the driveway. No, I'm sorry. I'm saying that wrong, and I don't want to get it wrong. There will be 1 in the driveway and 1 in the garage. So there will be 2 off-street parking. With a 2-story home, there will be 2 spaces in the garage and 2 spaces in the driveway.
And is there a way that that could be revised?
We could make that proposition to the builder and ask them if there's a way. When I asked them for this and after the community zoning information meeting, they said the product that they have for a ranch-style community is a 1-car garage, but I can make that request of them.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And another question in regards to that.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the products that are in South Fulton, well, let me back into this. The price point, what price point are we looking at?
So right now, the developer is looking at mid-300s to high 300s for when these homes, if you were to approve them and the city council were to approve them, we're looking at least a year out, maybe a year and a half before these homes would be put on the market, but they would be market rate, and they're currently looking at mid-3s to high 3s for that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And with inflation and where we are,
Yeah, we don't really know exactly, but the goal would be for a market rate community, and currently if you were asking what they would sell for if they were to build them today, that's what they would sell them for.
Okay. And thank you for saying that, because if we're looking at mid to high 3s, I think those homeowners would appreciate a 2-car garage, especially when we're looking at that price point.
I will definitely.
That's one point that I had, and another point is the tot lot and the amenities. Thank you for presenting what you have, but I think, once again, at a 350 or a upper 300s, I'm pretty sure the builder can provide more than what we're looking at.
Would it be appropriate if I ask you when you say more, what would you be thinking that you're asking for in that case?
Definitely. I mean, one example, I'll just put it this way.
Yes, ma'am.
What we're looking at right now, hopefully this is AI generated, because this is not.
This is not AI generated. This is a picture of a home this is a community that was newly built. So I don't want to mislead you. This is, so you can see how small the shrubs are. Mm-hmm. That this is, and there's still sylvans in the back. So this is something that's just freshly been installed.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
All right. Well, for the amount of homes that you're proposing, I believe the builder should look at additional beautification.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Modifications.
Okay.
Because I'm sure we can do a little bit more with the top lot, other than one structure with 2 slides and like a hiking, a walk-up thing.
Yes, ma'am.
We can do better than that. As a city, we would like to look at amenities that reflects our growing city. And that is something that is essentially in years past.
All right.
So I'm pretty sure that the builder, based on D.R. Horton and what has been built at other communities, I'm pretty sure we can come up with something else.
I will convey that to them. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Williams, are there any questions, commissioners? Okay. Commissioner Price, I recognize you.
Thank you. Is this an HOA community?
Yes, ma'am. All the common area will be owned by the HOA.
Okay. So with it being an HOA community, the garage and more space to park is definitely important, because HOAs give out fines for parking on the street.
Okay.
And that definitely is an issue. So I agree with District 5, Commissioner Williams.
Yes, ma'am, and I apologize. Jason Braga, who is with D.R. Horton, was on his way here, and he had to go home for a family emergency, but he was planning to be here, and I can't commit to a two-car ranch-style home because I'm not the builder, but I was hoping that he could be here and could have answered that for you directly, but I will convey that to him. I apologize for his absence.
Commissioner Leverett, I recognize you.
Hi, thank you. I'm new, so I got a couple of questions that I may not be able to answer. And Matthew, let me know if I'm out of order on asking these questions. So starting with the HOA question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there going to be some kind of homeowner renter requirements put into?
So in the city of South Fulton, there's an ordinance in place that prohibits all rental of homes in the city. And so when this community, if it was approved and received a final plat, there is a note that's required on all city of South Fulton plats to say these homes are not to be rented.
Alrighty, and then some of the homes that have been built previously, no one is maintaining the fencing. So will it be in there that the HOA is going to be responsible for the fencing and not the individual homeowners?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. I am aware the builder in some previous locations didn't finish the streets and manholes were sticking up, and so are they going to make sure they
So that is a requirement of the city of South Fulton. It's called the final asphalt topping. That does not happen until the homes are all completed, but I don't believe if you have a specific neighborhood where you think that's happened in D.R. Horton, that should not happen. That's a requirement of the city to come out and inspect and require that before a bond is released. But if you know of one specifically, I can convey that. I can convey that to D.R. Horton, but you can also convey that to staff and have them go out and conduct an inspection, because that is not the requirement. That is the requirement that it be topped.
I didn't see anything about the street lighting.
So there is a standard for street lighting in the city of South Fulton that will be adhered to. Yes, ma'am.
Which is going to be how many?
You know, I don't know the exact spacing. It's set by Georgia Power.
And then you said it's going to be one-car garages with the parking space in front of it to allow for a second car. So the street lanes, that's going to make more people have to park on the street, whether they're visitors or additional people living in the home. Some streets are not wide enough for public safety and fire trucks to get through. So are y'all going to make sure your lanes are wide enough to absorb cars parking on both sides of the lanes and making sure that they can get through?
So what I can tell you is that the fire marshal, Mr. Chambers, will review our construction plans to make sure that it's safe for fire truck access. In addition, as I mentioned, I am going to speak to the builders, see to make sure that we can offer a two-car garage for every home. So that hopefully that will address that concern. But as for the width of the streets, that is set by the city engineer and coordinated with the fire marshal. And we will adhere to what they require.
Any other questions, commissioners? Oh, Commissioner Jefferson, I recognize you.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about square footage and elevation. And to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed. I've worked for D.R. Horton for 10 years in sales, and the product that they're bringing to the south side is really disappointing.
Okay.
Really disappointing. So what is the square footage and elevation?
I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't have the exact square footage. I know when I asked the home builder today, because I don't know exactly, I know that these will be 3 and 4 bedroom homes with 2.5 baths minimum. So I believe that would equate to an 1,800 square foot home, but I am not the home builder, and so I don't want to tell you exactly what that square footage would be, but that is what is planned for this community.
And the expected elevations, how many elevations you plan to have on?
So right now they're showing, we have 4 2-story homes, and then they've added in a 1-story ranch product.
Commissioners, are there any other questions? No? Okay. I only have one thing just to kind of piggyback off of my other commissioners here. As far as the amenities go, I would like to also see some more amenities as well. Maybe something like a walking trail. Okay. I wrote down a couple of things here. Sure. Let's see, where am I? yeah, walking trail, maybe a pool, you know, a clubhouse, a park where was that, the rendering that you sent, or the real picture? Where is that at?
I believe this is in the community that's just behind the Home Depot on, just north of South Fulton Parkway. I believe that's where that picture came from.
Okay.
I know that this picture is from Sherwood Manor, which is off of Jerome Road, but I am not sure. I believe that is the project that's right behind Publix and Home Depot there.
Publix and Home Depot.
Publix.
And
No, I'm talking about South Fulton Parkway and 92. Am I getting wrong that there's not?
Oh, there's no Home Depot over there.
There was
but
originally
there's
planned a Home Depot there. That's all right. That's
Okay.
why I'm supposed to consider it. Yeah, behind that shopping center.
Okay. Is it in Union City?
It could. I believe it's in Union City. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
No, I got that wrong. I still remember
she
it being
clarified
planned for a Home Depot
Okay.
at one time.
And what is that? That hut right there. What is that? Was that where the kiosk was? Okay, where is the kiosk? I didn't know if this
So
was. Oh yeah, you
this-
said this wasn't a rendering, so this is a real
a
picture.
drawing, but I'm not sure exactly where. So in the community that we would be building, it would be also the kiosk, the mail kiosk would be built there as well.
Would be built like by the park.
It would be all in that same amenity area. So in
Oh,
this
okay.
area here,
Mhm.
in the amenity area, that's going to be where the tot lot, the pavilion, and the
okay.
mail kiosk structure will be there.
Okay. Yeah, so my thoughts would be pretty much maybe the trail, you know, a clubhouse, a pool. Not a fan of how close all the amenities would be. I mean, I don't personally see why there would be a playground next to where people, you know, in the same area where people would be checking mail with children. But I think if there would be some other amenities that could be added in there for adults, because once people's kids are past toddler, they're not going to be able to have anything in that neighborhood besides a little park, and they can't do anything with that. So those are some items that I would like to see. We know what Union City projects look like, and if that's in Union City, I know what it could turn into.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where that picture is, but that's what I think it is.
Okay, yeah. I'm very familiar in how those projects, you know, look after a few years and what, you know, the design standards over there, right? And we definitely want to have higher design standards in the city of South Fulton than we do in some of our neighboring cities. Not knocking them, but I just know I was a planner over there, so I know what was over there, and I knew, you know me, Michelle.
I do know you. Yes, I do.
So those are some of the items that I would like to see, and I think this would be a great time for you to potentially request a deferral, just so that you could possibly come back to the planning commission and kind of revisit that with the developer, and let's kind of talk through this again.
Okay. I am not authorized to apply for a deferral this evening, but I believe that they would ask me to move forward, but it's obviously your pleasure as to what you'd like to
so,
do.
And you don't have to, we can do it on our own. There's 3 opportunities for deferral, so we can pull one, you guys can pull one, and then staff can also request one. So at this time, if there's no other questions, commissioners, I will have her sit back down. Are there any other questions? Okay, seeing none, thank you so much. At this time, we will go ahead and take our first vote, which is going to be on the findings of fact as presented by staff. Can I get a motion?
Motion to move forward with findings by staff to be as fact.
A second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. And now we're going to take our second vote, which is going to be to approve, deny, or defer the application. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion that we defer this application until the next Planning Commission meeting on March 18th.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Nay.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Nay.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. So this will be moved to, we'll hear this case again at the March 18th Planning Commission meeting. Thank you so much. And we will move on to our last case of the evening. Let's see what time it is. It is going to be T26-001. Staff, can you please sound the staff report?
Yes, so the text amendment, T26-001. This text amendment seeks to repeal ordinance number 2021-033 and to amend the regulations for convenience stores and gasoline stations, to remove the provisions of section 302.15, to establish the use of gasoline stations within 7,920 feet of another gas station and or within 1,000 feet of a residential property, to establish the allowable zoning districts for said use and other lawful purposes. So I just want to point your attention to two items within this text amendment. The first is, again, that this text amendment seeks to repeal the text amendment from 2021, which establishes the 3-mile radius for all gas stations, and also established the 1,000-foot distance requirement from residential uses. On the second page of the text amendment, it also amends our use table, which is table 2.4. It is our non-residential district section. So currently, it states that gas stations are required a special use permit in our C2 zoning districts, our M1, which is our light industrial, and M2, which is our heavy industrial. And it also references regulations for 302.15, which I just mentioned earlier, establishes that 3-mile requirement and 1,000-foot distance requirement. This text amendment will delete that section, and then it will replace it with the section below it. That section will allow gas stations. Again, the S stands for a special use permit. If it says A, that means it's allowed outright. So this text amendment will allow for a gas station to be allowed hypothetically outright in C2, M1, and M2. And also you see on the right-hand side, it says section 12, chapter 7. And just for the record, I just want to say what that section is. So that is the chapter 7, which is our business and occupation taxes chapter. And this will be in title 12, which is our licensing, permits, and business regulations. This text amendment also established another section for gasoline stations located within 7,920 feet of an existing gasoline station and or located within 1,000 feet of a residential use or mixed use district with a residential component. That will now require a special use permit under C2 zoning, as well as a special use permit under M1, which is our light industrial, and M2, which is our heavy industrial districts.
Thank you so much. So at this time, we will need to do a public hearing for this. Do we have cards for and against, or just
We have no cards for, 10 cards against.
Okay, thank you so much. So those that are against this this ordinance here that has been proposed, keep in mind at this time you guys have 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You all have 10 minutes unless commission ask us to increase the time. So please keep your comments brief so that you can be respectful of your fellow peers that also would like to speak tonight. Please call the first person. Yep. If you want to go ahead and line them up, that'd be fine.
All right, so I'll call your name. Please start to form a line. Nadia Murray, Alvin Reynolds, Dana Gums, Cedric William, Michael Venerable, Paul Brady, Deanna Repress, Adrian Watts, Harold Reed, Yvonne Cope. Ms. Boone.
Okay.
Adelina.
Good evening. My name is Nadia Murray. I reside at 4785 Cascade Hills Circle, District 1, the Summit at Cascade Hills. I've been a lifelong resident of the city of South Fulton. I have lived here since 1977, and I've seen the best and worst that South Fulton has had to offer. The repealing of this ordinance is truly the worst that South Fulton has to offer. So I do ask, and I do want to leave you with this because we do have a line behind me, but I do want to say that the city's vision is to be an innovative, diverse community that is a safe, environmentally conscious, healthy, transparent, and financially sustainable for all citizens and visitors. So I ask, is repealing this ordinance truly fulfilling our vision for the city of South Fulton? If not, I ask that you please vote no on this ordinance, as this is not what we've asked for as constituents, and this is not what we've raised our hands for. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Donna Gums at 799 Codex Drive. And one of the main reasons I'm against this is the safety issues. You have lights that's going to be so close to homeowners. You're going to have loud...
Press it.
Oh,
there you go.
okay. You're going to have loud noises. You're going to have people that survey those places to have more crime in our area, and also could be drugs dealt in those with having so many gas stations so close to each other. And plus, this has been repealed where it went from 1.5 miles to now 1,000 feet. And I know we're going towards EV, but why can't we have more EVs where that's going to be the future, instead of having these gas stations so close to kids getting out of school? There's so many safety issues involved in this, as well as people that have well water. Now you're going to have more gas stations in the ground, and we don't still totally know the effect that that has on people that are in the residents that live in that area. And I just think this needs to be really looked at a lot more closer, and than to just put this in just to have more gas stations. I know there is a big grant coming in for EV, and so having the gas stations does help the developers, but it doesn't help people in the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cedric Williams, 7429 Genadine Drive. I'll be very quick on this. I just have two concerns. On just about every document that you reviewed, there was a recommendation by staff. There is none. There is no other supporting document. I mean, this is a major repeal and replace, and it's moving too fast. This reeks of undercover, pay-to-play, something along that line. It may not be directed towards you all, but definitely towards City Council. There's no way this should be voted on and looked at prior to March 1st. I ask that you deny this, and if you can't do that, defer it. Thank you so much.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Alvin Reynolds. I reside at 585 Kings Place, Riverdale, Georgia. I'm in District 7. And I'm saying no to the repeal of this ordinance. The ordinance 2021-033 should not be repealed. And the reason being is that that ordinance is in the best interest of the health and general welfare of the city and its residents and the general public. The replacement ordinance is not. The language that I'm reading today is not the language that I read last night. So I don't understand what's happening with that. And like the gentleman just said, we don't understand the rush. And number two, the language is not clear. Number three, you laid out in your tables where these gas stations can go under the C2, M1, M2. If you know anything about the old national area and 138 where a proposed gas station is to come, you will understand that there are residential properties right next door to it. So you telling me that you're in a commercial spot, C2, and you can literally throw a rock at this gentleman here and you at somebody's house. So that in itself, speaks to this ordinance as it's written, should not even be in existence. I'm not going to take up much more time, but yes, we should be thinking about holding this. We should definitely just outright deny it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's Michael Venable, District 6. Since there are no District 6 residents on the board, let me evaluate what you have here. On the counter is the Old National and the Flat Shoals Road. There is a BP gas station. There is a Chevron gas station next to it. Then you go to a fried chicken fast food. Then you go to Murphy, another gas station. Then you go to a liquor store right there. Then you go to a car wash, and then you go to an automotive repair. Now, behind that entire row in sequence, all you have is beauty shops and beauty supply. Those single entities are duplicated all the way to the north to 285 and all the way to the south to Fayette County. The only protection that this community should ever have is to make sure there's a limit on the distance between these entities. We just had a case that you all heard, corner of Jonesboro Road and on National Highway. We just changed the rules to make that fit. There was a gas station directly across the street. There was residents within that 1,000, and we still approved it. Then I talked about the school right there, to where, you know, they're going to have their liquor. They're going to get a liquor license. Everybody's going to say it's okay. We have got to put an end to this foolishness. This rewrite of this ordinance is foolishness, and we need to have it denied.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, good evening. My name is Deanna Ruspers. I live on Butner Road. Congratulations, Commissioner Leverett. Worked with you in the past. I just first want to start by saying thanks to each and every last one of you. I think sitting in this meeting, I've gotten even more of an appreciation for the due diligence that you put in, the training that you've received, some of your backgrounds from D.R. Horton to planning, I think really underscores why I value the work that you do. My issue, and I'll try to be as quick as possible, is first and foremost, every time we step foot in the room to talk about this piece of legislation alone, we receive a new document. We can't keep up. This is something new today. I think it's unfair to the residents. I would question how long have you actually had this version of the document. I think it's unfair to us to ram something like this down our throats, but then tell us that it's okay to come in here and vote. And while they may say, hey, this isn't being rushed, it was started in January, and here we are, we're gonna end up in the end of February before there's a vote. That's no real time to talk about something as substantial as this, something that impacts generational health and generational wealth within our communities. We are allowing other people to come into our communities, take our wealth, and move it back to the north side or wherever they do. That money does not stay in our communities. They do not bring the business model. Just go look at it. The business model of nicotine, alcohol sales, and everything else that goes with it is not anything that speaks to the vision that she spoke to. And then the last thing I would probably say is, if we always talk about we want high-end development in our community, I think you guys have underscored that in the last case, and no offense to Michelle, I just think she's representing a bad product, but I think you guys pointed out some of the very things that we are sitting here talking about today. The things that we want in our community. But if we look at high-end mixed-use communities, right now, we're setting it up to green light them because they put a residential component in there. But let's go look at the Battery. Let's go look at the Avalon. Let's go look at the Works. Let's go look at Trillith. Do you see any component of a gas station inside of those? You won't. You may have found them on the outskirts of it, but you will not find them as part of the main plan. I really ask that you deny it. But more importantly, I ask at the very least that you give the people of this city the respect that is due, and the respect that is due to this commission. Because once this moves under the business license and occupational, you no longer will be able to be the voice of our community. And I think you guys deserve better than that, just like we do. I ask that you defer this and allow the community an opportunity to sit down and speak with our city representatives, some who have shown up, most who have not. And let us have a say in what we have in our future. I appreciate you. And please vote to deny.
Thank you. How much time do we have left on the clock? 4 seconds. Okay. Commissioners, at this time, we're down to 4 seconds. Would you guys like to entertain adding in maybe an additional, I don't know, eight minutes?
I move that we add additional 8 minutes to the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levitt?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. You can proceed, sir.
Thank you. Paul Brady, 4655 Gordon Street, Fairburn. I'd just like to say that going from 3 miles to effectively 1.5 miles is absolutely absurd. It says, this ordinance is in the best interest of the health and general welfare of the city, its residents, and general public. How in the world is doubling the amount of gas stations in our city how does that help? That does nothing but bad for everybody except the folks that want to build the gas stations. And I think everybody else has pretty much said what needs to be said, and I certainly hope that you will deny this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Yvonne Colboon. I'm 73, I also get my address, 7312 Blue Jay Way, Union City, Georgia. I'm here. Progressive cities, mostly, of course, California, Colorado, New York, cities in those states are taking a hard stance against new gas stations, viewing them as obstacles to climate goals, reducing our dependency on fossil fuel. Progressive cities are focused on public health, such as keeping toxic fumes from gas vapors away from people. Progressive cities are repurposing existing or underutilized gas stations with EV infrastructure. According to The Guardian, 80% of gas stations are on track to be unprofitable by the year 2035. So it's a poor decision. Sadly, we are not moving in that direction. We're not moving as a progressive city. We say we are a city on the rise. However, we are a city following a broken model, a model that has created climate change. Ordinance 2021-033 provides a layer of protection that places people over profit. The vision, or in this case, the lack of vision of our council does not supersede the vision of the people. This is our city.
Thank you.
Please vote no.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Harold Reed. I reside at 7521 Cole Lane in District 2. I'm here to speak out against this ordinance. It is a very sophomoric and sloppy attempt to remove people and the people's voice from decisions covering things like gas stations. That cannot stand. We ask that you vote no on this. No, not deferral, no. This needs to stop here.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Adina Lofton, 3793 Stonewall Tail Road, District 2. Right here in my hands, I have just some of the petitions for this ordinance not to be repealed. Okay? We do not want to be another Flint, Michigan. We do not want to have water pollution, environmental pollution, noise pollution, influxes of crime, litter, trash, traffic, and everything, etc. This is our health and this is our welfare. And this is, Stonewall Tail is ground zero for these gas stations. We were the one that they was literally trying to build a Chevron gas station across from our homes. To the point we can open about our front door and see a Chevron neon light. That's how close the Chevron gas station was going to be in front of our door. And like the gentleman said earlier, these people come into our neighborhood. The developers of that gas station on Stonewall, he had a $1.4 million home in Alpharetta. These people come into our neighborhood, continue to drain us, not only of our money, but drain us of our health and the environment, and take the money, don't give nothing back to the community, don't even hire us. The only one I can say hire us that look is the Quick Trip. But Quick Trip has enough sense, some of them, other than District 7, but Quick Trip have enough sense to be on a main highway where a gas station is supposed to be. Basically, this ordinance is saying that a gas station will literally be our next door neighbor. That's how close this will be. The current ordinance is 1 gas station per 3 mile, whereas this new ordinance will be 2 gas stations per 1.5 miles, meaning you can have 4 gas stations every 3 miles. Someone mentioned earlier, this could very well be a pay-to-play because it's being rushed. No one has talked to any residents. No one has taken our concerns. No one has even answered a phone call or email, maybe it's 1 or 2. But out of 7 council members, majority of them, 5 out of 7 council members are going for this, to repeal this ordinance, not caring about the citizens' health and their welfare. So we truly, truly ask you all to deny with all caps. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Are there any other cards?
No more cards.
Okay. Matthew, can you come here for 1 second?
There is time remaining, but please fill out a card.
Yes.
Okay, looks like so we do have one more card. Okay, how much time do we have left?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not going to be long.
Okay,
My name
you're
is
fine.
Ernest Gordon. Address 4940 Derrick Road. This is real short. We talk about gas stations. These cars, our newer cars, getting over 25 miles per gallon. People got indicators on their cars to know where the next gas station is going to be before they run out of gas. And we want to put additional gas stations for people that already know how much gas. This is common sense. I say this don't even need to go forward at all, based on what they already said. But we know that the newer cars will go on to EV. And now the market has already set the table. These cars are getting over 25 miles per gallon. This don't make no sense.
Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate all the comments. At this time, we are going to recess for about 5 to 8 minutes for an executive session. Can we go in that room right there? Is there anyone in there? So I have been notified by staff that we do have to list the reasoning for going into executive session, and our planning commission just needs to confer a little bit regarding this this text amendment and just get some more clarity. Ma'am, you need to address any questions right here. No, ma'am, not at this time.
I make a motion that we go into executive session for real estate, personnel, legal issues.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Carmen Davis, Assistant City Manager. Good evening, commissioners and our new commissioners. Congratulations, and I'm happy to have you on board. I do want to make a statement concerning your request concerning an executive session. Executive sessions are only called for about 4 reasons, and so I'm not sure if this will constitute a reason under personnel, litigation, real estate purchasing, or contract negotiations. So unless your reasoning to do so is related to any of those matters, I'm not sure if that would be an appropriate action.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Perry, I recognize you.
I want to make a comment, and I understand the desire to reason this out, but I think for the public at large, enough has been said behind closed doors, and I think we should have this discussion in front of the public so they can hear what we have to say. So I'm going to start by saying what I have to say. I think that this ordinance, from what I heard, one of the reasons for it is because we can allow development something like a Costco. And you know, that very well may be true, but it seems to me that we could do something very less restrictive than overturning this amendment, this text amendment that I think has served the city well. If we wanted to allow that kind of development, there's a myriad of different ways we could do it without overturning this. I would say that, you know, I would normally say that I would be planning to make a motion to deny this, but I think in this case, I agree with the community that things are moving so fast, and I think a denial is just a quicker path to disengage from the community and letting the community's voice be heard. So I'm gonna, after we finish discussion, I'm gonna make a motion that we defer it, because the deferral at least brings it back to the Planning Commission for another round before it gets to the City Council.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Perry. Staff, is this something that we can defer a vote on?
You absolutely can defer this item, but keep in mind this is on the agenda for the City Council meeting for next Tuesday, February 24th, at the 5 o'clock hearing.
Say that last part.
At the 5 o'clock zoning hearing.
So are you saying that regardless if we defer it here, it's still going to be heard at council?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Good. Thanks. I guess I do have a couple questions for staff. After hearing this young lady's comment over here and a couple other people, they said that what they received was different. So, which was a lot of questions that I wanted to ask separately to try to figure out what was going on there. But why did they get something different, and what did they receive? Because from what we received, I'm under the impression that the ordinance that you sent over to us via email is what we have in our binders here. So what did they receive?
So the ordinance that you have in your binders is the most recent one. I did send that out last week. There was a draft that was posted for the CZIM meeting on our website that was not updated. So the only changes was that we just included a table that shows the special use permit versus the allowable uses. That language was in the first draft. We just put that into table form for this draft. But this draft did get emailed out to you all last Wednesday. And that was the draft that was distributed, and that is the draft that's posted on our website now.
Thank you so much. Yes,
so it's
ma'am.
been brought to the attention that you haven't yet closed the public hearing, and a resident has requested to utilize the 34 seconds. A minute and 34 seconds that is still on the clock.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Come on up. Please turn your mic on.
First, I want to say my outrage about executive session has nothing to do with you guys. I stand by what I said when I say I respect the work that you do. But I think Commissioner Perry was very clear. There has been so much that has gone on behind closed doors that it's only fair to the residents whose home values, whose health, and everything else associated with this will be impacted, that the conversation, it's time for a public conversation about what's going on with gas stations. I'm all for modernizing the policy. I'm all for updating it. I've offered my own language, whether it's brownfield remediation fund fees, fee funds, or funds, fees, whatever it is. I honestly think, and I beseech you guys to really think about what the movement, when Matthew, I understand that you said that there aren't changes. Some of these changes, there was only a chart added. There was more than just a chart added. That mixed use language, when this repeal first started at the CZIM meeting, this was always and still should remain a part of land use and zoning. This should always come before you. You should always have the ability to speak on our behalf and listen to our concerns and hear our pleas. Moving this takes away all of our rights, and the only time we really get a say-so on it is in November when it's time to vote again. And that's not even 2026, that's 2027. I just beg you guys to please deny this if that's the best thing we can do. I'm sorry, but
Thank you so much. Time is up at this time, ma'am, so there is no other further public comment. Public hearing is closed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Assistant City Manager Davis, for clarifying that. Now we know. And I do have a couple other questions from my end regarding this report that was given. And I also have some comments from Reverend Jones, Commissioner Jones. He's not able to be here today, but he did have some comments. His comment is, are we not able to, even if we defer it here at Planning Commission, why would it still be heard at Mayor and Council meeting? Like, because when we defer stuff here, typically, it will be deferred until the next PC meeting. So just curious about why we're not able to defer it completely for it to not, because I guess I'm just trying to understand. Well, go ahead. Let me hear what you're going to say.
No, you still could defer it. That is an action that you all can take, but just know that it will appear on the agenda for the Mayor and City Council meeting next Tuesday. They could opt to defer it or still hold the public hearing, but I would let you all know that it is on the agenda for the City Council meeting on February 24th.
Okay, because I guess my whole thing is that if they decide to hold a public hearing, it would be purposeless for it to come back to us. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So I'm just trying to understand the thought process of why it's on there if we haven't even made a decision yet on, because all the other items that have been deferred from PC, ladies and gentlemen, all the other items that have been deferred tonight from PC will not be heard at the council meeting. They're going to be heard at the PC meeting. So why is it a difference with this ordinance? I'm sorry, with this, what do you guys call it? With this ordinance, yes.
I can definitely take your question, but again, the best answer I have for you is that you all can defer it to the next Planning Commission meeting, but it will appear on the agenda at the Mayor and City Council meeting on Tuesday, February 24th. They can opt to defer it again, or they can opt to hold the public hearing.
So, but the items from tonight that are being deferred that would have been heard at the next Mayor and Council meeting are not going to be on that agenda?
No, I understand your question. I understand your point.
I'm asking, will they?
On the February 24th?
Yeah, so if the item, for example, is deferred tonight from other items, other cases.
No, all the cases that were deferred will be, they won't be heard at the February 24th. They'll just be heard, they will appear on the March 10th agenda for deferment to the next Planning Commission meeting, which you all's action reflect.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I had another. Okay, ma'am, no comments and outbursts, please. Sorry. Just trying to make sure I don't have any other questions. Right now, I'll go ahead and entertain any other questions that any of the other commissioners have at this time.
Yeah, I go.
Okay, Commissioner Dunn, I recognize you.
Thank you. So when this ordinance was originally put in place in 2021, between 2021 and the date that the city was incorporated, per my research, and correct me if I'm wrong, there were no new gas stations built in the city of South Fulton, correct? And my question is, why was this ordinance needed in the first place if we didn't have an issue with gas stations overrunning the community? That's question number one. Question number two, not really a question. I did some research, and there's only one other city in the state of Georgia with an ordinance that is somewhat similar, and that's Sandy Springs. And their ordinance, we're looking to change it, it's proposed to change from 3 miles to 1.5 miles. And theirs is 0.5 mile. But I couldn't find any other ordinance similar to either one of those in the country. And if I'm incorrect, please let me know. So I guess my biggest concern or question is, because we don't have an issue with gas stations overrunning our neighborhood, if we didn't have issues prior to this ordinance, I'm a little lost as why we have so much pushback for amending it from 3 miles to 1.5 miles. Yeah.
Commissioner Perry, I recognize you.
I think that's a good question. I think the answer is implied in what you just said. So even though, yes, right now we have a text amendment that forbids it outside and within 3 miles. That hasn't prevented different business owners for applying to have a gas station. But because of that amendment, we have denied it. So the reason why we don't have those gas stations is, one of the key reasons is this amendment, right? And so that amendment speaks to the current situation. So to answer your question, because of this amendment, we don't have those gas stations.
How many applications have we had since 2021?
I think
just
we've
roughly.
I don't know the total, but I think we've had 2 in the past couple of months.
So is that 2 in 5 years, or
no? I'm
just
saying
2 in 2
I don't know the
months?
total. I'm saying just in the past couple of months,
Okay.
we've had applications that we've denied because of this amendment.
Got it.
Okay, Commissioner Price, I recognize you.
So the last couple of gas stations that we have denied, so a gas station and a convenience store is the same in the city of South Fulton. So we have denied the QT and a convenience store within the past couple of months because of this. I'm sorry?
Ma'am, no outbursts. It's okay.
Okay.
No outbursts.
We denied it. We denied it, this panel. So so with that being said, this will give the developers or the council or whoever, now we can say, well, it's in the ordinance now, so we can approve it. And how I looked at the QT on Old National and 138, I don't know if it's a strategy to put the other Shell gas station out of business because it's a QT and it would be the first QT with a car wash, or will both of those just be there? We know how QTs are really busy. I've heard the council and mostly the one that really wants it. I'm just going to keep it. I'm just going to. I'm totally against it. I've heard the reasons that we have the old gas stations and that we need to pretty much upgrade with newer gas stations. So that's one of the reasons why they are pushing for this, and because we have the older gas stations. But it is moving pretty fast, and it's very questionable as to why, if we defer this, that it will still go to council at the next meeting. And I yield.
Thank you so much. Are there any other comments? Okay, Commissioner Leverett, I'm sorry, Commissioner Leverett. She gonna get me, y'all. She is gonna get me. I promise you I'm gonna get it.
It's all good. I grew up with a grandmother that so I'm okay with messing up my name. I know who you're talking to. So I'm new, and so I want to speak to the comment of we can defer it, deny it, approve it, whatever, however, that it still goes in front of the council, that they can move forward. So although I'm new, it gives me the impression that the planning commission is just an arbitrary checkbox. And I just want to say it, if we're going to call that, if we are supposed to have the ability to say approve, deny, or defer, then the council should follow our recommendation. If we are not able to make a recommendation that they are going to respect and respond to, then why do we have a planning commission? So I'm going to put that on the table. I might not be back, y'all. First point. Second point, though, when we are approving, denying, or deferring, a lot of it, to my understanding, we are doing it based off of what we have to legally do. And if staff is recommending it, something, they are recommending it with some kind of legal criteria as to why they're saying approve, deny. So this doesn't have an approval or denial or recommendation from staff because there is another component that may be happening. And to my understanding, the way I asked about it, this is something that has been working on for a few months, and just all of the circumstances are making it look like it is happening now. When I asked that criteria. However, I was also told that this ordinance was to allow Kroger, Costco, BJ's to come into the city, and that it was still had to have some kind of permission in order to go into play. Like, nobody could just get a gas station. They have to still go through the steps. Am I confused that they still have to go through the steps to come to get a gas station? And it is like they have to, like, it's the reason that they put the mileage down was because what is in a mile radius in one district and what they may or may not have is not even. So, for example, how many gas stations are inside of District 4 and how many gas stations are just on Old National is not an even distribution of access to gas stations. And so that was part of the reasoning behind this when they were putting this in place. So I may be misled, but that were some of the things that I was told when I asked, why is this ordinance on the table? And I had to respect the answer, whether it's right, wrong, ugly. I did ask those questions, and those were the answers that I was told. So that's my comments.
Thank you so much. Commissioners, are there any other comments? I'll just make one comment. Commissioner Williams, I recognize you.
I'll just make one comment. We've been talking about BJ's, Costco, and all the, any other, Sam's Club. If one of those organizations wanted to come here and we had to make a change, I'm pretty sure we would make it, gas station or not. But that's it.
Okay. I have one comment, and it's for staff. I guess my only question at this point is, typically when you have, like a ordinance or, I just look at it like it's some bylaws, right? It's what we're going by for the city. But usually when you're trying to change something, there's a reasoning behind it. And my issue is that you guys gave us you guys gave us this ordinance, but you didn't give us any context behind why it came, where it came from. I mean, you just gave it to us. So can we have a little bit of context behind what this is exactly about and how this came about?
I think the intent of the repeal is to address some of the concerns that some of the planning commissioners raised regarding the distance requirements, giving existing gas stations essentially a 3-mile monopoly in certain areas. So that's the best way I can answer that question. Anything further than that, I'll have to take your question and get you an answer back.
Thank you so much. Typically, I can't remember, but do you guys typically not give staff reports with the ordinance changes?
So on all of our land use applications, yes, we do give a recommendation, but for some text amendments, we reserve our recommendation.
Okay, thank you. And as planning commissioner, sorry, I've got a lot of questions here. I think in a past meeting that we had when we were over at City Hall, I think we were to the point where I think we had to reserve our recommendation at one point, where we didn't. I think we didn't have a recommendation at one point for a case. Can we have that option tonight as well? Will that be an option?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
If you all fail to come to a vote or consensus on the vote, then I think you got to get 3 rounds of voting, and then after that, if there's no decision, it will move forward without a decision.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, commissioners, I will entertain any last questions that you may have for staff.
My question, if
Commissioner
they gonna
Dunn,
vote on,
I recognize you.
sorry, start talking too fast. But if they gonna vote on it at the council meeting anyway, it doesn't matter what we do here. So.
Right. And I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with you because
it correctly.
because at the end of the day, if we look, there's what, so seven council members, right? It's 5. I'm sorry. Okay, 5. Okay, 1 at large. There's 5 people sponsoring this, right? Make it make sense, right? Our vote really at the end of the day, we can give a recommendation, but at the end of the day, I think they have enough to pass that. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, Commissioner Price, I recognize you.
I understand what he's saying as well, but during the council meeting, before they speak about an ordinance, they want to hear what the planning commission's recommendation was, or is, or what did we vote on? So I think the people need to know how we feel, and then go. I get what y'all saying. It seemed like it's already a done deal, but we still have the protocol.
Absolutely, and I agree with you 100%. And you guys will be the one to throw that motion. So I don't vote. So that will leave that at the hands of you guys, commissioners. So at this time, we can go ahead and take a vote to approve, deny, or defer. Is there a motion?
I was going to make a different motion, but
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
That the deferment seems like it's not going to be respected, I move that we deny text amendment T26-001.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Nay.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner
Me.
Leverett.
Commissioner Leverett. What was your response?
Do I get to abstain?
No, you can't abstain on this vote.
Okay. You know what? I can be at comfort with denying since it's gonna go anyway.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? We didn't.
I'll be a denial. Oh, I was supposed to say aye?
Nay.
I'm supposed
If you
to say
deny
nay?
it,
Okay, I'm sorry. Nay, aye, nay, deny.
The motion is to deny, so if you agree with that, say aye.
Okay, aye.
That's right.
Okay.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
It looks like the ayes have it.
Thank you so much. So this will be heard at the next council meeting, which will be on March 10th? No, I'm sorry. February 24th, my apologies. February 24th council meeting, and that was a recommendation for denial to council. Thank you all for coming out tonight. The meeting is not over. The meeting has not adjourned. So if you are leaving, please quietly walk out. Thank you so much. At this time, I want to welcome Commissioner Leverett And I want to welcome Commissioner Dunn to the Planning Commission. We are happy to have you here to fill these seats. And I also want to congratulate Commissioner Williams on her being vice chair now, representing District 5. So that is awesome. And our next Planning Commission meeting is going. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And Commissioner Jefferson, he was reappointed to his position for District 4. So that is awesome. Our next PC meeting is going to be on March 18th here at 6 p.m. here at Welcome All Park. So we would love to see your faces again. And at this time, I will look for a motion for adjournment.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
My second.
Okay. It's been probably moved and seconded. Can you please call the roll?
Commissioner Perry?
Aye.
Commissioner Jefferson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Levy?
Aye.
Commissioner Price?
Aye.
Commissioner Dunn?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you so much. This meeting is adjourned at 8:14 p.m. Thank you so much.